What is going on, YouTube? What is going on? You already know Monroe TKD, V Rob Sports. What's up, y'all? We're going to get into this last game 6. We're going to talk about it. But first, if you like my content, please like, subscribe down below, and holla at your boy. Let's do it. Whew. All right, YouTube. Like I always say, first things first. Not only am I going to give the Golden State Warriors credit, but they beat the block off my team, the Boston Celtics. I thought the Celtics were going to come out and play with a sense of, yo, it's win or go home. But unfortunately, they only did that for like the first couple of minutes into the first half. Then all of a sudden, they went back to how they were playing in Game 4 and also Game 5. The Golden State Warriors took that momentum and said, look, y'all, we need to just finish this out right now. And you saw it all over the court. There was just urgency. Every single time they got that rebound, it was like, yo, Draymond Green surprisingly dropped a 3 over here being aggressive. I said, oh yeah, they coming out with some fire. Man, this was probably the weakest Celtics team I've seen, where the Boston Celtics went out there and looked like they were just tired. I don't want to finish this out now. I'm not going to say it was like that completely. In that second half, it looked like maybe Ime Udoka kind of told them, hey, look, man, y'all need to, I'm going to light y'all ass up. And they tried to come back, but it seemed like every single time, you know, Jaylen Brown, or especially Jaylen Brown, looked like he was trying to be that savior. You know, Jason Tatum, you see how frustrated he was. He just couldn't get it going all series, you know, and you can see it in his face, you know. They're young. We're still a young crew. You know, it was great to see them at least hit the finals. And for us, and as a Boston Celtics fan, you know, great. I'm grateful to see them as a young group get there and know now what it takes. I know in the offseason it's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of, you know, some real adjustment. This is Ime Udoka's first time as head coach here with them. Things are going to change. I feel like they're going to get better next year. You know what I mean? And, you know, think about it. Right now, you know, we've been to the conference finals a few times. Now our first time hitting the NBA finals itself. I feel like we're going to build a team that's going to be able to beat them eventually in the future. You know, no team's going to be like that forever. But right now, Golden State is where they at. They're the real deal. Congrats to Golden State Warrior fans out there who's, you know, looking at it. Finally, Steph Curry got his, you know, MVP. We all kind of knew that was coming. You know, a lot of argument. People keep saying that, you know what I mean, if it wasn't for Kevin Durant, this would probably be only their second. But regardless, they won. You know what I mean? And so, got to give them credit where credit is due. They played a hell of a game. One thing that was very frustrating, the turnover still continued. If you look at the game, man, it's like you see Jason Tatum go out there and he's still, and especially Jaylen Brown, going into traffic. They kept getting a little stagnant at times, at the point where they were still doing the same thing and not figuring it out in the paint. As they got a little bit more adjusted, but apparently it got a bit, you know, to the point where it was a little bit too late. You know, you could clearly see that the ceiling is high for them, but they've got to get their mind right. They've got to get their, you know, they got to be able to stay poised, come up with the right game plan, you know, and be able to follow through. You know, you can tell that they're trying to push it. They're trying to do well, but they've met their end, and at least they've got to experience being in the finals. So in my opinion, the Boston Celtics, at least, you know, in my opinion, it was an achievement. This was not a failed season, because for a group as young as they are, getting to where they are today, you know, you also got to give them credit and how hard they tried to fight. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking at it from that perspective, and everything that has transpired in this whole series. It was, you know, everybody was dealing with injuries. Everybody was dealing with, you know, mental pains, things of that nature, you know. So we not going to be saying who had what or Revs did what. it was a great. I feel like it was still a great series, considering, coming in as the underdogs, which we were coming in anyway. ESPN had them rated like much higher to win, but I still think, that experience obviously showed up. Steph Curry came out there and said, and Jordan Poole and everybody, man, every time we made a three, it looked like there were times we were getting ready to do that run, but Golden State was like, nah. We can do this too. Boop, drop a three. Boop, drop another three. Boop, drop a three. I was like, they ain't catching up. It seems like they know how to respond, to make sure that, it won't get away from them. After that, they got away from it, let them get by, and careless ball turnovers. Like I said, not to take anything away from the Golden State Warriors, but when you really look at it, so much is just self-inflicted wounds. They have the capability. They have it. But they're self-inflicted. Ime in the offseason is going to have to start getting them to understand what the defense is giving them and how they're going to be able to determine those X's and O's from left to right and be able to get to the paint with it more poised and more, quick offense in regards to getting in there and understanding what's going on around them. Because there's so many times where they're still trying to find out who they want to match with and things of that nature. When the first 3 games, it was like they already knew what they were doing. It seemed like they had a more confidence to understand what the game was giving them. Then all of a sudden, it was like they just didn't know what they were doing. And 3 straight games that gave them the loss, they couldn't figure it out. And it's not like they, the defense, when you really look at it from the Golden State's perspective, that they was really getting away, but it was there. They just couldn't, they were just dropping and missing too many shots. The defense is good enough, but that offense started to become an issue. But congrats, Golden State. Hopefully we get back next year. Hopefully we see y'all again in another NBA Finals and finish the deal with a more experienced, more confident, more matured group. But that's it. That's all. Holla at your boy. Do that thing, y'all. Congrats. Golden State Warriors, NBA champions. Boston, we got work to do, but I got confidence. We're going to be back. And hopefully, get a couple of chips with this young group. Peace out.